In order to master any skill or achieve any goal, you need to have a growth mindset. Ever wondered how to get a growth mindset? I'll share my tips in this video. My name is Tiffany Toombs. I'm a high-performance mindset coach, and I've worked with thousands of people across the world to help them reprogram their mind to get a growth mindset so that they can achieve more of their goals in all areas of their life. In order to get a growth mindset, you need to know what one is, and so we'll discuss that in this video. Then I'm going to share with you some simple shifts that you can make in your life starting today that will move you into a growth mindset. And finally, I'm going to share with you some words that you need to remove from your vocabulary because they accidentally keep you stuck and stop you from achieving whatever it is that you want. So there are two major types of mindsets. One is a fixed mindset and one is a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is someone who believes that where they are today, the skills, the knowledge, the tools that they have today is as good as it's ever going to get. They tend to focus in on the results and put a whole lot more emphasis on the achievement of something than on the effort. The growth mindset, on the other hand, is somebody that believes that as long as they keep working, as long as they keep putting in effort and working to get better, that they will actually get better and they're able to make improvements. They put their focus on effort first, knowing that if they give the right amount of effort, they will ultimately get the outcome or the result that they're looking for. So there was a really cool study that they did with kindergarten children, and they put them into three groups. One group was the control group. They didn't get any sort of feedback. One group, the fixed mindset group, only got feedback or praise when they were able to solve a math problem. The other group, which ended up being the growth mindset group, they got praise for putting in effort. So as long as they put in effort, they were given praise. They were then given math problems that increased in difficulty. And what they found was that the fixed mindset group didn't want to keep doing problems as they got harder and harder because they knew they weren't going to get that praise. The growth mindset group, on the other hand, they were happy to keep putting in effort because they knew that that was still going to get them the outcome, the praise that they were looking for. So to help you move into a growth mindset, we want to focus on the effort that you're putting in first and acknowledge the changes and the improvements that are made, even if they're incremental. We know that if you add up a whole bunch of inches, you're eventually going to get a foot and then a mile. So start putting your focus in on the effort that you're putting in, which will inspire you to put in more effort so that you can get to where you're going. Now, before I share with you the actual shifts to make, I want to hear from you. Do you feel like you have a fixed mindset right now, or do you think that you have a growth mindset? Go to the comments below and let me know. The first shift that you can make, I've already given away a little bit. I was so excited to share it with you. And that is to start celebrating every milestone and every win that occurs on our journey. Now, the cool thing is that when we celebrate a win, our brain releases a hormone called dopamine. And this is a feel-good hormone, one of those endorphins that you get after you finish a workout that makes you feel good. It inspires and motivates you to keep going. At a brain level, what it does is it actually strengthens the pathways, the neural pathways, the connections between your brain cells to take more action. And this is how people become more and more motivated to keep going, to keep practicing, to keep putting in effort, is because they celebrate the small wins. Now, there's two other really cool things about dopamine. The first is that it actually buffers the effects of stress. Stress is very depleting to the body and it makes us feel low in energy and tired, maybe even a little bit lazy and lethargic. When we get that hit of dopamine, it re-energizes our system so we can truly become limitless when we start celebrating our wins. The other really cool thing about dopamine is that it doesn't know the difference between a small win and a big win. It doesn't know the difference between one person liking your Facebook post and 1 million people liking your Facebook post. That's your conscious mind assigning judgment to it. So as long as you decide to express gratitude and to celebrate every single win that you have, you will release dopamine and you'll start to move into a growth mindset. How do you celebrate? That's up to you. Sometimes I'll have a dance party. Sometimes I'll high five my husband. Sometimes I'll share it on social media or I'll text my mom. You can celebrate it any way you want. Just make sure that you're taking the time to acknowledge the wins and the milestones that you do get. The second shift that you can make is to start looking at your perceived failures or the mistakes that you've made in the past and gain the lesson from them. In NLP, we don't believe that there is such thing as failure. We believe that you either succeed or you get feedback. And so when we start to take away this notion of failing and know that we're either going to learn something or we're going to achieve something, the other great thing about doing this exercise of learning the lessons from your past mistakes and failures is that you'll be able to take those lessons into everything that you do in the future, which will allow you to win more so then you can celebrate more. That sounds like a great idea to me. The last shift that you can make that will help you move into a growth mindset is to start asking, how can I? Oftentimes when we are faced with a situation that stumps us, our mind just shuts down. We curl into a ball and we just go, I don't know how to do this. Richard Branson has a great quote. If somebody presents you with an opportunity and you don't know how to do it, say yes and figure it out later. That's actually my tattoo that right here. She took a leap of faith and she grew her wings on the way down. So instead of saying, I don't know, or I can't do it, I can't afford it, I don't have time, I don't know, any of those negative language things, start saying, how can I? Who can I ask? How can I find the time? Or how can I find the money? How can I learn this skill? How can I gain access to this person or this opportunity? Our unconscious mind, the part of the mind that is actually in control of your life, has access to far more information than your conscious mind, which is your logical brain. So the unconscious mind, for example, takes in 2 million pieces of information per second compared to the 134 pieces of information that your conscious mind takes in. So when you start to ask these questions, your unconscious mind will start to seek out the answer. In fact, it will turn on your reticular activating system to go out and find that solution so that you can get whatever it is that you're looking for. Now, before I share with you the words to remove from your vocabulary so you can have more success, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel. I'm putting out brand new content every single week to help you become the master of your mind, let go of the old mental blocks that have kept you stuck so that you can achieve more success in all areas of your life. Now, not all words are created equal. And so we want to be aware of words that have a negative impact on our unconscious mind and inadvertently keep us stuck. The first word is the word not, or any derivative of the word not. Don't, can't. The thing about these negatives is that our unconscious mind is unable to process it. Every time we're communicating, whether we're communicating with ourselves in our head, or we're talking out loud to ourselves, or we're talking to somebody, we turn those words into a picture in our mind. That picture in our mind goes into the reticular activating system, which is the GPS of the mind, and the GPS seeks out how we can get that thing that we've focused on. So if I was to say to you, don't think of a purple frog, what picture did you get in your head? You got a purple frog. And that's because your unconscious mind was unable to process the not. It has to get a picture of what I said, and then your conscious mind comes in over top and says, no, she said not to think of a purple frog, think of a pink tree instead. And so now you have a pink tree in your mind. So when we say things like, I don't, I can't, don't do this, I don't want this, what we're actually doing is we're putting that picture into our mind, and then our reticular activating system goes out and finds it. So if you're talking about how you don't want debt or you don't want to be broke anymore, what you're doing is you're actually telling your mind to go find more debt and more being broke. and your circumstances won't change. So just remove this word from your vocabulary and be aware of when it comes up for you. The second word is the word try. Now, if you were to look up this word, unless you're talking about rugby, in which case try is the touchdown or the goal in rugby, you'll find that try means a feeble attempt. So it's like sitting on the fence. When you say you'll try, you're not committing to giving a full effort. You're only half in and you're half out, which means you're setting yourself up to fail. And so when somebody says to you, well, why didn't you achieve that thing? You can just say, well, I didn't say I would, I said I would try. You also tell either yourself or the person that you're communicating to that it's not worth committing to. If I said to you, I will try and call you tomorrow, do you have any faith that I will? Probably not. I don't even have faith that I'll call you. If I tell myself, I'm going to try and make 10 cold calls today, I'm going to try and go to the gym, I'm telling my unconscious mind that my business and my health is not worth committing to fully. So stop trying, stop being half in, half out, and either go all in or not in at all, but make a choice and commit to it. The last word, and people think I'm a little bit crazy for this one, that I want you to remove from your vocabulary is the word hope. I hope this person buys my product or service. I hope this person asks me out. I hope this diet works. I hope that I lose weight. When you do that, you're taking your power and you're giving it to someone or something else outside of you. And just like in the case of the word try, you absolve yourself, you wash your hands of having any responsibility or ownership in the achievement of that thing. So stop hoping and start committing. Start fully standing in your power and going for it. Now, if you're somebody who truly wants to develop your growth mindset and you're ready to leave self-sabotage and imposter syndrome behind, I would love to invite you to join me in the 6-day Mind Mastery Challenge. This is a totally free challenge where I'm going to give you worksheets every single day, the most powerful exercises that I use with my clients who pay me thousands of dollars. And I'm gonna give it to you for free to show you how to overcome imposter syndrome, how to start rewiring your mind so that imposter syndrome, fear, limiting beliefs, self-doubt, overwhelm are a thing of your past. All you have to do to join me in this challenge is go to nlpworksheet.com or click on the link in the description and I'll see you on the inside. Thanks so much for watching.